This is Brome Bird News, your weekly digest of bird news from around the world. Today is December 8th, 2015, and this week we will talk about problematic pigeons, northern bald ibis in Morocco, chickadees with crooked beaks, Javi the parrot, and Dr. David Bird will talk about eastern whippoorwills. Chickadees are probably the most frequent visitors to anyone's bird feeder. These curious little guys are fearless and can be trained to eat directly out of your hand. Imagine his surprise when Ray McKay discovered a chickadee on the ground trying to eat using its feet. Ray grew very concerned when he noticed that the chickadee had an oddly deformed beak. He shelled some sunflowers and put the seeds on the ground, making sure that the bird had enough to eat. Even though this is the first case spotted in Alberta, such deformities are being studied in Alaska. Researchers aren't sure of the cause, but beak deformities have been found in 28 species. Scientists are trying to figure out if it's a genetic problem or something caused by the environment. You can also help out with the research. If you spot a bird with a crossed bill or beak deformity, you can report it to projectfeederwatch.org. Let's see what we have for our resident ornithologist, Dr. David Bird. This week's question comes from Montreal from Joe Wroblewski. He writes, I have a cottage north of Montreal. Years ago, we used to hear the singing of the eastern whippoorwills. It was a very nice sound. In the past few years, though, I haven't heard them. Would you know if they're extinct or what has happened to them?
Hi, Joe. You're not alone in asking this question. Whippoorwills have been disappearing for quite some time. No precise reason is known yet, but they are part of a large group of insect-eating birds that are in serious decline, including swifts and swallows, and even a close cousin, the nighthawk. I'd like to think that maybe a common denominator is insects. Perhaps some kind of insect like a flying beetle is missing from their diet now, but it's likely a lot more complex than that, probably something to do with habitat changes. We have no idea what's going on with them on their wintering grounds or in their migration pathways. It is listed as threatened on Canada's endangered species list, so people are concerned about it. So it's still out there, but in much lower numbers. I think it's rather a sad situation to see such an iconic cottage country bird in such low numbers, even if it is a species that keeps people awake at night.
If you have questions for Dr. David Bird, send him an email at askdrbird@bromebirdcare.com. I'd like you to meet Javi. She's a cockatoo who was neglected to the point where she overpreened and made herself look like this. People don't always realize that parrots are highly intelligent and need human love and affection. Fortunately for Javi, she was brought to the Tallgrass Parrot Sanctuary in Kansas before it was too late. The good people at the sanctuary cared for Javi enough that she now says, I love you. Javi is such a social creature. It wasn't long before she became a hit on the shelter's Facebook page, and one caring person decided to knit her a sweater. Now she has a closet full of designer clothes and is doing very well. So folks, next time you want to get a parrot, make sure you have enough time and affection to care for them properly. Pets are for life. A daily nuisance, a delicacy, a messenger, a religious symbol. Sounds like I'm talking about something exotic and very unusual, but no, this is actually our regular pigeon. And their flocks cause so many problems worldwide. Pigeons breed all year round, carry harmful diseases, and their droppings are very acidic. So no wonder that the city council in Carlsbad, New Mexico is trying to ban pigeon feeding on both public and private properties. The feral pigeon population is so big, it's affecting the quality of life in the city. This is actually a global problem, and cities all over the world are trying different solutions, including feeding pigeons a very special contraceptive. This has worked very well in Switzerland and Italy. Today, our news from around the world takes us to Morocco. There, everyone is excited about the incredible things happening to the northern bald ibis. Historically, this bird was idolized by humans as a symbol of fertility and virtue, but somehow this amazing bird has been driven to the point of critically endangered. At the turn of the century, there were only 50 breeding pairs left. That's really insane. This year, BirdLife International and the government of Morocco announced that they were now up to 116 breeding pairs. Excellent news. Now everyone is busy with the Christmas bird count, so they're getting ready for the holidays. So I'm going to talk about something that's happening in January. The Morro Bay Winter Bird Festival takes place from the 15th to the 18th of January. There you can see over 200 bird species and you can participate in 116 events. What a great way to beat the winter blues. This week's winner of the Squirrel Buster giveaway is Shelley Damash. Birds love their baths even when it's cold. Last episode, Dr. David Bird talked about why some robins prefer sticking around for the winter. Shelley, we're sending you a Squirrel Buster peanut feeder because peanuts are a great source of energy, and you'll be surprised at how many different species, not just nuthatches and woodpeckers, will come to your feeder to feed. Thanks everyone for sending in your pictures. We'll have another giveaway next week. Send your photos and videos to photos@bromebirdcare.com. Goodbye for now. We're back next Tuesday with another episode.